it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, I'm going to give you some money. I can't give you $500. I can't give you $1,000. That's okay. You know, you give what you give. I'll help out when you do. Yeah. So, let's give them. We say, all right, we're ready to Did I feel bad that Sully's computer is twice the size of mine?
Well, it's not the size of your computer,
hey,
it's what you're doing.
that's usually that's what I usually have. I get That's a one.
Robbie's over there going, what?
1, 2, 3.
This podcast on the Talkin Smack Network is brought to you by G&S Printing, providing solutions, not just printing. Give Tim Cooper a call today for all of your printed products. G&S Printing, here to help, offering the most customized, friendly, and reliable service with competitive pricing that you will find anywhere at 518-232-2465.
Warning. The following program is a collective of characters talking about the happenings in the sports and entertainment world. It's meant to be fun in a comedic, informative way. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, maybe even you. There may be some cuss words because that's how people talk in the real world. We'll try to keep the locker room talk to a minimum, but if you're young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, we're here. Week number 4 of Talkin Smack here upstairs at the Bullpen. Welcome to the show, and great. We've got a full house here tonight, that and then some. Welcome to the show, Talkin Smack upstairs at the Bullpen. I'm Dan Miner here, and let's go over who's here with us tonight. Off to my immediate left, Minor League Football Hall of Famer, Green Jacket legend, Snacks, Hank Pelton. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother?
Good to see you once again.
I'm looking forward to tonight.
I am looking forward to it as well. Joining you to your left, he's back to play after a week or two or whatever, and he was in parts unknown over the weekend and the swamps of New Jersey. He's not Bruce Springsteen. It's Jackie Tots, the coach, Jack Celeste. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
It's good to see you once again.
Yeah.
Good to have you back here tonight. How's my champ doing?
The champ is ready.
Oh, she ready?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
We have a date.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go.
If you're listening, 3 weeks. Yep.
Mallory, that's right. With Lil Norm.
Yep, little Norm.
Also joining us directly across from me, the one, the only lead guitarist, head honcho of Chupacabra. If you got gas, well, if you need gas, he's got it. So Mike Sullivan.
So they say.
What's up, Sol Dog?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good to have you back for another week, brother.
For sure.
Joining us back after a week off last week. Parts unknown he was. Cinnamon Man Bun. John Pratt. We'll get to why you got the new nickname.
Yeah, no, I noticed that.
I just saw that.
I noticed it a little while ago. You know what? I kind of like it better than Cinnamon Man Bun, so I'll take it. So I'm not going to complain too much.
You're lucky you still are Cinnamon Man Bun.
Dude, trust me. We'll get to that. Trust me. One of my first fears when that happened was, oh no, not my hair.
Just sad. Also, Mr. Producer, the shadow, Seth Cooper in the house. He's not on camera right now, but he's here. Seth, say something.
Hello, Daniel. Hello, everyone.
Daniel.
Great to have everyone here. It certainly is going to be an exciting show, so pretty excited.
Oh, and we've got a great guest here, a guy that I've known, gosh, I try to think it's well over 30 years. I mean, I don't know you as long as Jackie Tots has, but well over 30 years.
Long time.
Legendary writer locally, currently with the Post-Star, and we're going to get more into what he's done through the years because it's really fascinating, your career. Gordon Woodworth, our good buddy. Gordon's in the house. Way to go, brother. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's odd for you to be on that side because usually we're the ones on the other side.
Yeah, usually I'm asking the questions and you're deflecting them. And so now I used to tell Jack Diamond that when he was mayor, he came up with more reasons to tell me no comment than anyone I've ever known. He'd say, well, I can't really talk about that, or let's talk about something else, or whatever. He would divert my questions as best as anybody I've ever known.
Sort of like somebody wearing Wonder Woman bracelets or something. You don't know Wonder Woman?
There you go. Yeah, that went right by me, but sure, Dan. Okay, go ahead. Right.
Wow.
The show's
comic book reference, and he doesn't get it.
No.
It was just her birthday the other day, too.
Yeah.
Linda Carter's birthday? Yeah.
Oh, should we have a moment of silence for Linda Carter?
She dead? She's not.
No, she's not.
Don't start stuff.
You don't know who Wonder Woman is?
So I can tell we're up to a great start here.
You didn't study your sheet,
Jason.
It's not on the
Yes,
sheet.
hey, by the
sheet.
way, somebody downstairs said, "Did you get the rundown?" We got the rundown. I said, "I haven't gotten anything." They go, "Don't worry about it. The rundown doesn't mean anything anyway." They just do whatever the heck they want anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, your career is really fascinating to me because when I first started, around you, you were working for the Post-Star covering sports at that time.
Yep.
Back when I was covering the Red Wings back
in the early mid-'80s. Yep.
And you used to go on the road with the team.
I did. I went on the road. I went with the Adirondack Red Wings when they won the Calder Cup in '86. I went to Moncton and I went to Hershey because Greg Luckenbaugh was covering the team, was the sports editor. His wife was about to have a baby. And the baby was Amy, and she's now a doctor at the University of Tennessee Medical Center. She's in Nashville, I think, and she's really, really sharp. Anyway, so she couldn't go, so they sent me, and I got to know Bill Dineen. I got to know some of the players, and that was a pretty cool experience.
Because we sit on a committee together, the Adirondack Hockey Hall of Fame committee. So when we get together, Sully, it's crazy because what happens is the stories start happening.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking that the years that you did that traveling with the team, there was some icons and there were some players you covered.
There were.
I mean, that era was extremely.
Yeah, of course, we had Dave Casey, God rest his soul, and I saw Casey every day, and he had more stories than anybody. And I told him at one point, I said, "Case, we got to write a book." He said, "Gordon, I have to wait until about 30 people die." So what are you going to do? But we were thinking about it. But no, you're right. In '86, I was on that team. One of the things I remember most clearly was the Red Wings signed Adam Oates out of RPI.
Yeah,
he was the big deal out of RPI. They won the national championship in 1985. They signed him for big money. He came to the team. The team was already established in the playoffs. Really good team. Won the Calder Cup, and nobody liked him. Nobody liked that. He was very quiet. Yeah. Not to his. I'm not saying he's a bad guy.
Like nobody on the team liked
nobody
him?
on the team. No. Nobody on the team liked him.
Really?
And so he was very quiet, kept to himself, and he's always been that way. He was never a real kind of a out of crazy guy. So you know who he hung out with? Bob Probert. So I swear to God,
management allowed that.
Yeah, I swear to God,
Bill Dineen was okay with that.
Bill and I used to call him Mutt and Jeff.
Yeah.
We used to call him Mutt and Jeff because he was the only guy that Probert would hang out with anybody. He didn't care, but nobody would hang around with Adam because he just didn't fit. He was the square peg in the round hole. So.
Yeah, he was definitely an oddball with that group.
Very good player, but I mean, that just coming into a very difficult situation.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. He came down from Detroit, and it was that. Those are different times,
So why did he get sent down from Detroit?
I don't think he got sent down. That's just where he came. He got signed by the Wings from RPI.
Yeah,
and his season got over, and he joined the team.
Yeah, it was amazing. Just that whole thing with Adam Oates coming to the team and how he fit in, because I mean, we all know that from watching hockey. Even Snacks could tell this, and he knows nothing about hockey.
but he can't.
So
I'm still backtracking.
Yeah,
I'm still amazed that you said you're on the committee for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, I'm just.
Oh, that I still don't have a plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of the things you should bring up to the committee.
Do you know anybody on the committee you can bring that up to?
Man, where's Jeff meeting?
We're just lucky we have a place to meet for the committee.
I know, really. But, when you think of Adam Oates and what he did and the stories about Bob Probert alone, we could take up, and this is no crap, we could take up 2 hours just in Bob Probert stories alone from Gordo.
You ever read Bob's auto?
I did.
I mean, there's a lot of Glenn.
Yeah, in fact, so I didn't know it, but Bob, before he passed, wrote an autobiography and talked about a lot about his time in Glens Falls. And I'm sitting at work one day, and I get a text from a friend of mine who I hadn't heard from in a long time. And he's on a flight from Denver to LA. He's reading the Bob Probert book. He gets to a certain page, and it talks about it. And it mentions me because when we played Hershey, we were down in Hershey, and Don Knockbauer was one of their tough guys.
Yep.
Captain of the team, really tough guy. Nobody messed with him. Probert didn't care. And so Probert went after him and absolutely ragdolled him in front of the Hershey bench. And I said that in my story. I said he ragdolled him. It was like the most unbelievable thing. The coaches were standing there going, oh my dear God, what do we do with this guy? Because you just couldn't do anything. And so he wrote about that and wrote about how I said that he ragdolled him, and he thought that was pretty funny. So yeah. So I had no idea I was mentioned in his book. But anyway, I get no royalties whatsoever.
So who's the goaltender that he took out to get suspended in
Hershey, right?
Frankie Caprice.
Frankie Caprice.
Yep.
Frankie
And
Caprice.
just ran him like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And said he was going to do it.
Yeah, and told everybody he was going to do it
before he did it.
Right? Yeah, just amazing.
But those stories there are it's insane. I just, when we get together with those, the Hall of Fame committee, and then like Giles is on the phone from parts unknown, wherever he is getting his tan. So, but then the stories start. So we're trying, just to explain to the rest of these guys, we're trying to get all this Hall of Fame stuff done. And, it's serious because, we want to make sure the right people get in. Well, then the stories start. What happens next? We forget that we're there for the Hall of Fame. Right. So
now it might be a little easier now that Casey's passed and we don't have him to listen to anymore, but we're gonna miss that boy. Oh my goodness. I don't know what we're gonna do.
As soon as you mentioned him, my first thought was how cool would he have been to be on this podcast?
Oh, he would have loved
it. This was meant for him.
Yeah, he would have liked
that. We could have done a couple of weeks just with him alone.
And I can't help but think about Dave Casey as the Glens Falls football team goes on another run toward a state title. And I know the kids are thinking about him. I know Pat Lilack's thinking about him, because to have a guy like that upstairs and watching that game and being able to send down his thoughts to the coaching staff was immeasurable for that team. And they would not have won as many games and championships as they have won without him. Yeah. There's no doubt about
that. I completely, and you coach with him.
I know. Yeah. Without a doubt, there's nobody. The time and effort that he put into everything.
Yeah. And Greg Brownell said it best when Dave passed. He said, I can't think of another person in this area that has been a more prominent figure in athletics in this area in the last 40 years than Dave Casey. And he's right. Yeah. I mean, when you think about what his work with the Adirondack Red Wings, and then with St. Mary's, and then with Glens Falls, there's nobody that had a bigger impact upon athletics in this area than Dave Casey over the last 40 years. Nobody.
We had him up in the booth doing the clock for a short period of time before everything happened, and then he had a blast. And like I said, I was telling these guys, we went after the first game back. We won the game, and I was sitting there cleaning up on Sunday, and all I could see was Case, walking back and forth on the field. I just sat there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. Seth, do you want to mention Super Chats when you get a chance there, kid?
Sure. Super Chats, they work like this. You see this QR code right above Sully's head. Scan it. $10 or more will get you a nickname from one of our characters here tonight. There's 7 of us, so there will definitely be no shortage of nicknames. Appreciate everyone hanging out. There were some technical difficulties early on, but we are good to go. Also wanted to let everyone know that if you are tuning in tonight, we got a packed show here, so we're super excited about it. And I'm going to get back to producing. So
all right, you get back to producing. So we got the crew that's here, and most of us are really familiar with hockey, even Snacks even now, because what happened on Friday night. So you see it on the screen. It's a visual reenactment. We couldn't actually use the real footage. It was way too graphic. Very graphic about our very own John Pratt taking a puck to the head. And John, what happened?
Well, I was watching warm-ups as I always do. I did. That's just one of the things. Since actually, it's actually a lot worse. The actual picture. We had to tone it down quite a bit. So I was down. Excuse me, Mr. Producer. I'm sorry that you had to take 20 seconds out of your day to put it into an app and say, "Hey, cartoon this." I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm at the bottom of I'm like down the bottom of section B. I'm like kind of not quite in Gunner's igloo, but in that space, and watching warm-ups there for years. I can't even remember how long. Probably the entire time the Thunder has been there. And warm-ups were over. They did that whole thing, where they flick the puck up, all the way up right at the end, and then they do that kind of gang initiation thing on the goalie where everybody shoots at the puck. They do that thing at the end. I saw Will McKinney come in. He actually scored on a nifty little thing, duked Brendan right out of his shorts. I saw that, and I turned to say something to my wife. So I'm facing, the goal there.
And then I turn to say something to my wife, and I turn this way, and next thing I know, I feel something right here in the back of my head.
That's holding upstairs.
Oh, can you tell I've gotten used to telling this story?
Yeah, it's actually. So then what happens, John? Oh my God!
No, seriously, the puck hits me. I didn't think it was that bad. I just did one of these, and then of course you pull the hand away, and you saw the outcome, and you start
You
leaking.
turned at the same time Donald Trump did.
And the same direction.
It was. Dude, timing is everything. And
Once again, we couldn't go to real photos. They were way too graphic.
Okay, so throw in a producer secret here. So not every one of these is a charm of JP. You'll see here in a sec what I'm talking about.
Okay, so then you get hit with the puck. Do you realize that you are bleeding out at this point?
I mean, I certainly wasn't bleeding out, but it was definitely one of those things where, all of a sudden, you're like, oh crap. And then I got my hand up there. And I had two distinct thoughts. My first thought was, okay, how do I?
See, I told you. Oh yeah, put it in an app in 2 minutes.
You gotta turn the microphone on.
Yeah, put it in an app in 2 minutes later. It's produced. Well,
What the-
that's not true. This was the first attempt of trying to.
It looks like Vince Neil.
There's
Actually, yeah.
40 years ago?
Well, yeah.
All right, so
Okay, so
you're squirting now.
yeah, right. Right. So the red coat that was right there, he comes right over and all that. And the EMTs come down, and I'm like, okay, hey guys, real quick, is there any way to get this jersey off of me? Because I don't want to get it all bloody. It was my jersey. I just got it all, my black jersey. I just got it all numbered up and lettered up. It was all looking pretty and everything. That was my first thought.
It's important to stay pretty, John.
It is.
The ladies in the audience know it's important to stay pretty. You're the only one that can flex, unless you're looking at the top of
I was
Shadow's
going
head.
to say the top of Shadow's head
backup.
works for that. They just kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And then the next thing is, as they're putting gauze on my head, I look at the lady EMT, and I'm like, they're not going to have to shave my head, are they? Literally,
What are you looking at this bald guy for?
literally asked that question. And the funniest thing was my wife standing behind the EMT. She got like almost a smile on her face, like her eyes got real red. Like almost like, yeah, please things gonna have to. But the EMT is like, no, they don't make you do that anymore. So then I got basically what I call up.
So he's coming up the stairs.
Exactly.
I'm coming down because you got to go up the aisle where I sit.
Yeah.
And I look down like, hey, ooh. We've got the towel and the thing. I go, what happened? I hit with the puck. I go, you need someone to go with you to the hospital. And he goes, oh, I'm good. I'm like, good. I was only 10 anyway.
I will say, up high atop the Dave Strader press box there, Dan and I are watching warm-ups, just finalizing some things as we get the lineups ahead of time.
We're actually working.
Then all of a sudden, Rob Lapolis comes sprinting towards us and goes,
Robbie was scared.
Somebody just got hit by the puck.
Not just somebody.
And we went, oh, yeah. And JP goes, is that John? And I go, is that John?
Yeah.
And he goes, I think that's John. And we went, oh, that's John. So immediately I texted you jokingly, because I didn't know how that was going. How's your hair? I said, how's the hair?
All right, so now we're gonna go around the table here, okay?
So honestly, the thing that hurt the most was when
Your pride.
Well,
List you as a scratch.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you gave him a nut tonight? Got a prick at a nut tonight.
Yeah, my wife was nice enough to tell me.
Nice.
Honestly, the thing that hurt the most that night was they had to wrap my head so tight because it was
Because you
bleeding.
got so much hair.
Well, yes, because the bandages kept sliding up because of the hair. So they wrapped my head so tight, it was like a vice grip. So by the time I got to the hospital, like my head was hurt. By the time they took that dressing off, it was almost like, I don't know, it's like somebody pulled something out of my head, like the oh, thank God. And,
Head wound Harry.
yeah. So a few staples later, I
Sully,
was home by like 10:30.
any injuries that ever at one of the games at the Coolidge area / Glens Falls Civic Center? Any? Okay. I mean, other than
I was
list.
going to say Gorilla's not
I was
standing.
going to
Say, is there a list?
All right, so
Yes,
I know Gordy's got one.
Yes.
This deals with your dad, the Hall
Yes,
of Famer.
correct. So I'm at a game. It's a Thunder game. Or no, it's a Phantoms game. Phantoms game. I'm up in the press box. My dad is a goal judge in the West goal.
Yep.
And the team comes in, hits a slap shot, goes off a stick, up into the real top place up there, hits a steel girder, comes straight down, hits my dad straight on the head. And I look down and somebody goes, Gordon, isn't that your father? And I'm like, oh my God. And he was standing there and his head was over like this. And I thought he was looking.
Didn't they stand in a box?
No. They're out alone. So I'm wondering, I thought he was looking for the puck. Turns out my mom had just gotten a brand new pair of white pants for him. He didn't want to get the pants dirty. So he was keeping the blood off the pants.
I understand that.
So I run down there, I get him to the hospital bed. Bottom line is everything was fine. The next game, my mom gives him a little construction hat. To wear.
He's wearing a helmet.
He's wearing a helmet to the thing, and the coach Joe Patterson sees it. He loves it so much that he asked my dad for it, and he gives the player of the game the rest of the year.
Yep.
The hard hat, and that was from my dad from when they dedicated the Oliver W. Wentz Junior High School back in 76 or something.
How
I don't know.
cool is
Yeah.
that?
And
So
you wore earplugs on Saturday and Sunday, correct?
Yeah, I did. I'll be honest with you. I probably shouldn't have gone to the game Saturday night because it was a little bit loud.
Let me just say this. The good thing you didn't call off Monday after going to the game Saturday and Sunday. How about that? Your boss is a real douche.
Well,
Oh, wait, that's me.
it's just that, there's not a lot of
You
backup.
go to the game.
Well, no, yeah,
Go to the game.
I went to the
He
game.
went to the game. He worked on Monday.
And I worked. Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, what was it that I said to you on Sunday when I saw you? If you when you asked me if I was at the game last night.
I don't remember.
Well, he was lamenting. Actually, he was checking football scores at that point in time. So I only had.
So I was angry.
Right, yeah, I was gonna say I only had hesitation for maybe about a 30-second window, but I said something about my fortitude and how I wasn't a particular type of thing.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yes. So
How many stitches your dad get, Gordon?
3 or 4, I think. Yeah.
Stitches or staples?
No, stitches.
Stitches.
He got stitches.
The old
Staples.
All right, I got to ask you, Jack. Any injuries at the Cool Insuring Arena / Glens Falls Civic Center?
Not really. Back when the Red Wings were in town, I had season tickets in Section R.
Oh.
Before the Nets were there,
Yeah.
a puck came up, and it wasn't really a hard shot. It was kind of like floating up, and I just kind of.
You were a floater?
Yeah, kind of a floater. Yeah. Those pucks aren't soft.
No, they're not. No. So that was it?
But yeah, no injuries. No.
Snacks?
Paper cut on my hot dog.
I'm surprised.
It hurts.
Did you come to the next game?
Yeah, I did. I had a Band-Aid. I had a Band-Aid, but I didn't have it in a paper cup.
But he stayed away from the mustard and the salty pretzel. I'd stay away. I had one. It was New Year's Eve, 1989, and my seats were in Section S, row 7, seats 7 and 8. So puck comes flying up. This is before the Nets. Puck comes flying up, and I put my hand out, and it hits the bottom of my hand, and it hit my leg. So my arm swells up instantly. So I thought I broke my arm. So I tried to stand up. Nope, couldn't stand up. Broke my kneecap. So I knew that year was really going to suck.
Wait.
I put the puck in the kneecap, and
You
then
thought it hit your hand?
it hit my kneecap, and then it hit this here, and it broke my kneecap, and then it went right up my arm. It was just terrible. I mean, it was just, and I had to be carried out of the Glens Falls Civic Center.
I'd like to say probably that I walked out under my own power.
There was
I was there for you.
We all are we doing this really?
Yes.
This is some dirtbag decided to lift the Reading Royals goalie's helmet. Which I just like.
Dude, how dumb is that? I mean, seriously, what are you going to do with it? I mean, and all it does is just make everybody look bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack you, Danny.
It's you see something like this, and I mean, obviously it's somebody that's not of sane mind or body there, but you hear this happening, and this sucks. I mean, and it puts a black eye on everybody, doesn't it, Gordy?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this for the first time.
Oh, so you didn't hear about this?
No, I did not hear.
this?
No, I
That's
didn't.
a
I
boy.
didn't. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about Shane Harper's sister. I didn't know.
That's why they have bigger news in the hockey hall.
Again, and I might point out. I might point out that neither of them were on the roundup that was supposed to be. So anyway, I just don't know what the hell's going on here.
Told you.
So somebody walks off with, they think they know who it is.
Okay.
There's the video of somebody holding a helmet out as they
Idiot.
left the intersection. There's cameras all over the place, but it stinks, and those are work things there. And I just, someone's working.
Yeah, don't mess with somebody's work stuff.
But somebody decided that they were going to go and start a GoFundMe for a man that makes $817,500 a year.
I would like to bring up a point that the first person
The first person to donate.
The first person that donated was the security guard's wife, who was supposed to be watching the hockey. Not for nothing.
I think we have an angle to go on. I'm not sure.
You're the investigator.
Yeah. I think we've got an angle to go on, Sully. I'll speak to you right afterwards.
So Shadow, what did he sign on for a signing bonus with Philadelphia? What were we told?
$1.7 million was his signing bonus. He gets $817,000 for the next 2 years with the Philadelphia Flyers.
And we're starting to GoFundMe for a millionaire.
I know who's not paying for it. Jeff me. When that stick got caught up in the net,
Yeah.
I thought Jeff was going to climb up and get that.
How much are those sticks now?
$300.
A stick?
$300.
Absolutely. And then there was one that got stuck right in between the boards.
Absolutely, yep. They're $200-300 a lot of the pro sticks.
When Sean would break his, I ground him.
Well, we had Shane Harper on the show, and he said, "Well, it depends on who you're partnered with, but usually they'll ship them for free." He said he had like 15 sticks left his final season with the Thunder.
Well, he still has a few more left, so he's an E-ball, remember?
5 games.
5 games.
2 sticks in 5 games.
Yep.
Games.
That's it. That's all you need. Well, we're going to take our first break.
No, we are not.
We're not?
There is one more thing that
What?
we have to bring up.
What's that? What are we bringing up here?
It would be this from Friday nights. We have to bring that up.
This is awful.
I didn't think your head could get any bigger.
This.
I think it's
Hold on.
hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
This-
they're enjoying
Who
themselves
did
with that. Way too
All right,
much.
so Snacks, this is up to you. Now it's your turn. Go ahead. Explain what's going on with these heads.
Well, it was just
Get the microphone.
yeah, sorry, I forgot the mic. No, it was
Your first podcast.
yeah. No, so Hodges was sitting there one day when we were watching one of the games, and he goes, "I want to get a fat head of Dan." I'm like, "What?" So I said, "What are you gonna get?" He was showing me online. He was going to order it, and I said, "No, you're not going to order it online." I'm sitting there. I go, "I can have one done this week for you." He's like, "Really?" I said, "So." I called, got a hold of Streamline, and he did the helmets up for the
fat heads.
The fat heads up, and we walked in, and Dan was like, listen, Hodges is in his glory right now. Because
Can we put that back up? I want to put it back up. Somebody, can you put it back up on the screen?
On the screen?
Because I noticed something. Here we go. So
All right.
is it just me? Or does Dan look like Uncle Junior from The Sopranos in that?
Oh, he
I don't know. I just,
Yes, he
am I not right?
does.
Come on. That's why they bring me on the show, Dan. For those types of insights right there.
I'm a sliver of Italian. Maybe I could be Uncle June.
Uncle Jew.
I mean, I've seen some really nasty things at hockey games over the years.
And the thing is that people just took off with these things.
So the deal is, what we want to know is that, we're always looking for an angle to hustle a couple extra bucks for our small business challenge to benefit operators. So everybody in the brother goes, I want one. Well, you going to pay for it? I mean, if we can get them done at a
I'm
reasonable
dying
price.
to know what a big head of yours costs.
I don't know. Whatever we get for it.
Yeah, whatever you can get, yes.
Was it a Shark Tank? What's it cost to make?
I don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
So what we need to know is there a market out there that if we sold them all for
For your
profit?
big head?
People love these things.
Yeah, we got them.
Can we get a giveaway at the arena for these?
Sure. Why not?
Oh,
Can
hey.
you imagine the whole stadium with that?
Lisa's here.
Oh, I know
The
this.
fat heads.
Oh yeah.
What do you
I'm
mean?
trying to figure out a way to strap it so
Yeah, I know.
I don't have to use my hand.
Yeah. She's seen the big head.
She got one.
We got one in my truck.
Oh, hey now. Don't go there. Hey now. Whoa.
This is lobbing bombs.
Now we will take a break.
Yeah.
This is Talkin Smack from the Bullpen.
Talkin Smack is on the air, and it's brought to you by The Bullpen on Glen Street in downtown Glens Falls. The Bullpen, a favorite among locals, whether it's lunch, dinner, takeout, a night out, pre-game, or post-game, The Bullpen is the place to go. The Bullpen's second floor contains Suite 216, the banquet room, perfect for hosting private functions for under 100 people. Chef Pam and a team offer a plethora of incredible food options for each guest. They offer a wide variety of menu options for everyone. Gluten-free and children's options are plentiful. Please let your server know if you have any allergy restrictions, and the Bullpen will be glad to accommodate you. The Bullpen on Glen Street, downtown Glens Falls. G&S Printing, providing solutions, not just printing, has been the place for printed products and competitive prices and unbeatable service in the Glens Falls, Queensbury, Lake George, South Glens Falls, Saratoga regions, and up and down the East Coast. Family owned and operated by Tim Cooper, G&S represents his two children. Gabby and Seth tells you everything you know that this is truly more than just a business. It's family. Celebrating its 24th year in the printing business, G&S Printing is your place for all your printing needs. Whether it's stationery products such as letterheads, envelopes, business cards, notepads, cut sheet form, marketing products such as brochures, presentation folders, postcards, newsletters, door hangers, posters, banners, trade show booths, rubber stamp ideal self-inking stamps, die plate dater stamps, handwood stamps, seal presses and embossers, continuous form carbonless forms, carbon interleave forms, single or multi-part forms, unit sets, handwritten forms, carbonless stud and edge glued, carbon interleaved, all sizes available, checks, laser checks, continuous checks, uniset checks, pegboard checks, 3-on-a-page checks, label stock and custom labels, laser labels, mailing labels, direct thermal labels, thermal transfer labels, barcode labels, graphic art design, custom design logos, artwork, brochures, forms, whether you need a single one-time order of business cards or a complete company analysis of all your printed products, G&S Printing is here to help, offering the most customized, friendly, reliable service with competitive pricing you will find anywhere. Call G&S Printing today, 518-232-2465. The Adventure Family Fun Center, the ultimate place for your class trip after prom party, family reunion, or social event of the year. The 1,000-foot outdoor go-kart track is the largest and most exciting in the area. Take a spin on the Le Mans indoor go-kart track. Get your friends together and face off in their multi-level laser tag arena. Buckle up and hop into an adrenaline-pumping round of bumper cars. Score the ultimate gaming experience in the arcade and test your target skills on our all-new airsoft range. Adventure Family Fun Center, offering several different adventure specials, including birthday party packages that come with your own party room. You're home to the best in family fun in the Lake George region. It's the Adventure Family Fun Center on Route 9 in Queensbury. Oscar Smokehouse on Raymond Lane in Warrensburg. Why don't you stop on by and see what they're smoking? Oscar Smokehouse has a great selection of smoked meats and cheeses. They carry a number of specialty items like their more than mustard, maple syrup, cheese spreads, beef jerky, and apparel. You'll also find a wide selection of meats including chicken, sausage, bacon, ham, plus their homemade stuffed burgers, salads, ribs, and steaks. Oscar Smokehouse on Raymond Lane in Warrensburg. Come on by and see what they're smoking.
And we're back talking smack upstairs at the Bullpen. Great to have you along tonight. Dan Liner here with the Soul Dog, Snacks, the coach, John Pratt, now known as Staples. Mr. Producer, and our special guest tonight, Gordon Woodworth. Good to have you here, Gordon.
Thanks, buddy. Great to be here.
You know what? We've been friends for a long time.
Long time.
And this next thing is something when we were talking, I said, you know what? We want to talk about that crap boxing, quote unquote, boxing match from the other night. God. And I know that both of us at the old Glens Falls Civic Center, we covered the fights when Mike Tyson. It's Mike's butt. No, that's not.
It's not Mike's
butt.
We can't show Mike Tyson's
it's too graphic
ass on Facebook, so we decided to go with 2 loaves of bread.
Why is this bare ass?
No, you don't know.
You don't.
You see it, Gordon?
All right. So,
it might be worth it. Hang on.
okay,
Go ahead, John.
so they are waiting for the Tyson fight. He's in the locker room and he's getting interviewed by this one dude, and it was a really quick interview. And the funniest thing was that nobody talks about this because of what happened afterwards. The guy was like, "Okay, yeah, I love you, Mike. Yeah, I love you too." Gave him a kiss on the cheek, and then Tyson gave the guy a kiss on the cheek, and then Tyson walked away from the interview. And as he turned around, he had the boxing thing on that's protected his groin. Yeah, his cup. He wasn't. He had maybe a jock strap on, but his bare ass was just.
There he had a title around his waist.
A
He
title?
did not have a cup. He did not have anything.
I thought he was
It's a legit title.
It sounds more like a free call.
I thought it was just like the stuff that he had underneath his boxing shorts. But either way, when he turned around, it legit looked like those 2 loads of bread. Exactly.
No, they had a lot more wrinkles.
Well, yeah, it was one of those things. When I saw it, my first thought was, you know what? Tyson can look as fantastic as he wants to up front when they're, as he's doing the posing and all that. He turned around. He looked every 60. That's what I'm saying. He looked every minute of a 60-year-old man. The minute he turned around, he saw his ass.
I mean, we've got
You're not going 12 rounds.
Does anybody want to see Gordon Woodworth's butt?
No.
Jackie Todd's butt?
No.
Snacks?
No.
Me?
No.
Soul Dog? No. No, Sully. I know you think everybody wants to check out your ass. But no.
He doesn't have to.
All right, so out of everybody here, is there anybody that actually watched the fight?
I did.
I did not.
16 minutes of my life I can't get back.
Yeah, at least
16 minutes?
Yeah.
Is that how long it lasted?
It was 8 2-minute rounds.
And
Now, let's go back.
So it was actually more like a half an hour with the breaks and such.
Let's go back to when Mike Tyson was a real fighter back in the 80s. I covered him once, but you got to cover him 3 times.
Yep, I covered him 3 times, twice in Glens Falls, once in RPI. The quick story about RPI is I went down there was nobody there. It was a ghost town. I'm looking for a seat near the ringside. He's fighting Jesse Ferguson. And I start chatting with the guy. It turns out it was Ross Greenberg from HBO, who was scouting out potential boxing prospects.
Was RPI before the 2-6 fight?
It was
Yes.
in the first. Yeah, it was in the midst of them. Anyway,
Okay.
and then the fight in Glens Falls when we beat Marvis Frazier. I walked up the stairs. That fight lasted 3 seconds?
It was
crazy. And I'm walking up the stairs of the Civic Center, the back stairs to go up to the Heritage Hall for the press conference. And he's walking with Jimmy Jacobs, his late manager.
Yeah.
And
Gordon doesn't want to see any more of that.
Can you get your producer under control, please?
Stop showing off your ass, okay?
If I wanted to see pornography, I'd go to Rob Fitzgerald's house. All right? So he's walking up the steps with Jimmy Jacobs, and he turns to Jimmy and goes, "Every punch was meant to kill. Every punch was meant to kill." And Jimmy Jacobs goes, "Don't say that. Right? Don't say that, and we'll get in trouble." We go up to the press conference. It's me, Jimmy Jacobs, Kevin Rooney, and Mike Tyson. That's the press conference.
That's it.
Okay? And I asked him if he had won 10 fights in a row, and I said, "Are you pound for pound the best fighter in the world?" And Tyson goes, "Yeah." And Kevin Rooney's sitting from me to snacks, and Kevin Rooney gets out of his seat and he goes, "What do you think?" And they start coming at me. I'm like, "No. I'm just asking the question." They were coming at me. They were not happy. They were all juiced up. I may have missed my deadline. So he was quite a character. And the neat thing about that was I got to know Jimmy a little bit. Jimmy Jacobs, who was really the guy that brought him prominence. Bill Caton took over after Jimmy passed. But Jimmy was the one that guided that ship.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty cool experience.
Those 2 fights that he had at the Civic Center, they're just packed balls of people. And being at ringside for one of those 2, because we were both covering. You get up there, and when you're at ringside and you're at a fight with something like this, everybody, you could feel that something was about to go down.
And it's very bright because you've got a bank of TV lights up over the ring, and they're shining right at you. I mean, it's crazy bright.
Have you ever watched the replays?
Yes, I have. I've seen myself on
same here. And it's like, God, I had hair. That's why nobody knows. We went to those fights, and everybody that was there to see, a buddy of mine would call it a happening. It was one of those things that you knew something was about to go down, and whatever was going to happen was going to be intense. You watched it from out on the West Coast.
Yeah, I watched the one that was at the center from out 29 miles California. TV was like $400 for the day.
You rented a
television TV. They brought in like one of the rent centers. They dropped it off. We were in the barracks. We were in the barracks.
You were in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, the Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service.
We wanted to watch the fight, so everybody was playing down watching the fight. I had gone down. I said, "Oh crap, I got to read a beer." I went down there and I come back, and everybody's walking out of the room. I'm like, "What's going on?"
Did you fart?
No, I didn't know what it was. And I go, "What happened?" They go, "Fight's over." I said, "You got to be kidding me." I said, I didn't even get the fight. I didn't see it.
So you paid $200?
Yeah, $200 on a television.
So that's another really good autobiography. Anybody ever read Mike Tyson's auto?
I have not.
The fact that guy was even alive at 13 years old.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the shit that kid.
Yeah.
I mean, if you should read the book. It's really a cool book, but the fact that he was even alive at 12 or 13 years old.
But you didn't watch the fight then?
I did not, no.
So I stayed up and watched the fight. I was sitting there doing something else. And I had the fight going on. And he was literally going around. And you watched like the warm-ups the last year or so that he was getting, he was just lightning. For a 58 years old, he was lightning. And then all of a sudden that fight goes on and it's like, it was like they did a slow motion thing on him.
Really?
Oh.
Super chat.
Troy Babs here says, "Here's $10 for the crew."
Oh, Troy. So what do we give him for
Not
Troy
even a
Babs?
wise ass.
But one of the toughest men in the area. You do it. Horseman.
There you go.
There you go. He's the horseman. There you go.
But yeah, so that was sitting
Long
there.
story.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, we won't go there.
I honestly think Tyson just got gassed after the second
I don't.
round.
He's
No,
16.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. If you watch the fight, I'm serious. If you watch the fight, he was biting his glove. Because
Yeah,
he
no,
wanted.
that-
He
Better
wanted
than your ear.
I'm telling you, there was. Yeah, but listen, I'm telling you, the way I saw it, there was a side thing that was going on.
You know
And
what?
they've been doing innuendos that they had a separate agreement.
What do you mean a separate agreement?
If you said that,
There was a
and,
rule.
Jake Paul at the end of the fight when they go to raise their hands, he goes, "I'll get you your money," like that, and everyone caught up on it. So
What?
Well, the entire night was a little bit suspect, especially when you look at the results of the two fights before that. The guys' fight right before the ladies' fight, that ended up in a draw. Should have been a draw. Then that ladies' fight. Did you watch the ladies' fight?
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, I mean that one. She got headbutted so many times, and literally, like you can see the white of her eye when she had it.
Graphic.
Okay, sorry, I'm just saying.
I don't need to see chicks split open.
But the thing was, she literally beat the snot out of that other girl, and the judges gave it to the other girl, like almost on like a unanimous decision. So the judges were suspect that night too. So I think that entire
it wasn't so much the judge. The judges had nothing to do with it. He was biting his glove.
Well, I'm just saying the whole night was suspect.
My understanding, and from that the gloves were heavier than the normal gloves.
Yes.
So that makes a huge difference. Not that I've ever boxed or I actually work out, because I haven't and I haven't. And so I don't know. I just know what I read. I heard that that the gloves were heavier.
Yeah, it was 14s as opposed to 10s.
It makes a
I'd
difference.
still be sleeping from the slap that he gave Jake Paul to the pregame.
Well, you know why that happened.
That's the hardest.
He stepped on Tyson's toe.
And the funniest part about that was after he got slapped, when he turned around at first to mug for the camera, Jake Paul was like, "Yeah, he didn't give me at all." Like,
Listen, Mike Tyson, I still wouldn't want it. But Mike Tyson, so I'm shopping at Crossgates. This is back in the late 80s. So
You're going to do your Mike Tyson voice now?
I don't do my Mike Tyson voice. Yeah, so I'm shopping at Crossgates, and I'm there buying some hockey equipment at the sporting goods store. So I just walk in like anything. You know this, Gordon, from going backstage anywhere. Act like you belong there. So I just walk in. No big deal.
To Crossgates?
I no, into the sporting goods store. So I walk in the sporting goods store, and who's sitting there? Mike Tyson. And then I realize his posse is all around. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, I'm someplace I'm not supposed to be, because the store is supposed to be closed for Mike Tyson. So I said, oh, I'm here. It's good. I'm going to go. So I go and I start buying stuff. So I'm getting some hockey sticks and I bought some hockey gloves, I think. Mike Tyson goes to me, "You play hockey?" And I go, "Well, I like to think I do."
You ever got punched in the face? Yeah, I know. Does it hurt? I said, you get punched in the face all the time, right? Yeah, all the time. So then at that point, Mike said, hey, that was you with me, okay? I'm like, yeah, okay, you're Mike Tyson. You want something, I'm going to give it to you. So we sat down and we just talked for like 20 minutes, and he wanted to know more about hockey. And I didn't ask him a question about boxing because Mike was asking the questions. He was directing the conversation. It was really cool. Yeah. And then to find out, here's this kid from Catskill who doesn't know hockey from schmocky from anything, but saw me with hockey equipment, and instantly he had the questions about what was going on. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You got Mike Tyson voice? Oh, Jesus. Are we doing this? What? This is a Midwest gas station. I saw this on the
Not just Midwest.
Have you seen him somewhere else?
I've seen them.
Yeah. And what did you go in for? I can't even say what this is.
Did you just leave me speechless?
I did.
Yeah.
That happens.
What are they
Involved, but
Jackie Tots, this looks like a store you'd go get some your own version of Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Down the road.
Yeah.
And
Take out the word.
so you go in, you gotta say you're on the road, and you got your tribe with you, okay? Yeah. You got Daddy's Little Angels, you got all the little norms and everything. And then you see us, you gotta stop in and grab an energy drink from here. So what do you say to grandkids?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. No, we couldn't stop.
Snacks, you got a bunch of your grandkids.
I'm not stopping there.
Just think of the questions you'd have to answer.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm stopping.
You think you had a problem, Gordy, with your mom asking what Talkin Smack was?
All right, hold on. Mom, this is Gordon. Turn the computer off now.
Yeah, right?
It's over. The show is over.
So,
Is this like an Asian company or something? I mean, it's not?
It's totally American.
Really?
Yeah.
it actually is.
Can you imagine somebody? I mean, we all know
It is
people
kind
in America.
Well, yeah, a little.
Yeah, somebody said, I don't know how they survived COVID. And somebody said, well, look at the name.
Yep. All right, I've had enough. I can't deal with this one.
Move on.
That's enough of that.
weird.
So back to the boxing thing. I think that whole boxing thing was just a sham. And
100%.
that allegedly that was supposed to help bring boxing back to the forefront. Netflix can't get the job done.
that was horrible.
I miss good boxing.
Oh, yeah.
And Netflix has two NFL games on Christmas Day.
That's
Big
gonna suck.
That does not
NFL
bode well.
playoff-bound teams. Can you imagine if they start buffering during that thing?
Yeah.
So,
Oh
let
my
me ask
God.
you this. I don't think 108 million people are going to be watching the NFL games on Christmas.
Right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't-
but even if it's 25 million,
100 million
Netflix-
people watch the stupid thing?
108 million. Yeah.
Yeah, 108 million. With the replay views, has actually gone up to 125.
Attempted to watch it.
Well,
That's
that's
like 2
yes.
million less than have been watching our podcast.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
I mean, I knew our numbers were good. I didn't know they were that good. Wow. Yeah,
Listen, Jay Paul talking smack.
yeah, I just
Oh, what the hell?
yeah. Jake Paul just challenged
Is
him.
that Jimmy
Oh.
Carter?
Yes.
It's been all over. There's all kinds of
I just the whole thing, Jake Paul going out making his name on people that
Who is Jake Paul?
You know what? You got to give Jake Paul
What
credit.
made him
who
famous?
is he?
He's honestly, he was a YouTuber. I shared this video with, I showed it to Seth earlier. I don't think I said it to him early enough. There's literally a video of him on YouTube, but like lip syncing to Carly Jepsen's "Call Me
That guy
Maybe."
is because of YouTube.
Because of YouTube. Yeah, he would make stupid videos and all that. And then he just kind of turned it into the same shameless self-promotion. I mean, say what you want about the guy. He just got paid $40 million for that sham of a fight, and probably got even more on the back end. And that's not the first time he's done that. So, I mean, we cannot like Jake Paul. I mean, I, much like everybody, wanted to see Tyson knock his block off, but you almost have to respect what he has been able to
How much money did he make from the fight?
He made reportedly he made about 40, and Tyson made somewhere 20, 25. So
and I'm fucking selling pro.
Who wants to fight Sully?
I've never thrown a punch in my life.
Gordon always
Wait a minute. Rob Fitzgerald behind me is just signed up. He's ready to go. Rob Fitzgerald, Mike Sullivan. Main event.
$1.
I'm guessing Rob's been in maybe one more fight than me.
I would say he's been in a couple. I mean, look at you. I remember Robbie when he used to have a head full of lettuce. Oh, speaking of lettuce, what? What is this? That's Piers Morgan, right? That's the new interviewer.
Yes, this was a legit article
This
earlier.
is not
earlier this week.
legit.
Yes, it is. Piers Morgan had to deny to a British reporter.
He had to?
Yes, that he was not the Home Alone 2 pigeon lady. This is
This could be like the dumbest.
It's a legit story.
There's no way this is legit.
It's
I
legit.
mean, Gordon, you are a legitimate news guy.
I was until I saw this in the picture of Mike Tyson's butt. And now everything is completely gone out the window. But go ahead.
Whoa! It wasn't an actual picture of his butt, so that way Facebook.
No, you
showed it.
You showed that.
While I was trying to make a cogent point, you showed it to me, Mr. Producer. Thanks a lot for that. Really appreciate it. I'll give you a 5 after the show. All right. I mean, I'm trying to make a point here. I mean, you got any more porn on your phone?
He borrowed it from Robbie. Don't worry. Wow.
Rob, you see what I'm dealing with here? Come on now.
You think it was going to be easy?
All right, I do have a Home Alone story. Can I tell it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Please.
So I'm in Chicago, the COSIDA convention, College Sports Information Directors of America.
Okay.
I'm in Chicago. I'm staying in a big hotel down in the Miracle Mile, right? And
Fancy hotel?
very fancy hotel. And because the school's paying, so I don't give a shit, right? Anyway, so this hotel has an outdoor basketball court on like the 17th floor in the middle of downtown Chicago.
Really?
Outdoor basketball court on the 17th floor. So I find that out. I'm going, hell, this is great. I'm like 24 years old, 25, whatever. I'm like, hell, this is great. I'm going.
Yeah.
So I get a ball. They show me how to get there. I go up to the basketball court, and there are 2 guys there. One is Macaulay Culkin, and the other one is Kieran Culkin. And he was there. They were filming Home Alone 1, the original Home Alone. And so I gave them a few pointers on their jump shots, and we went on our way. So,
Wait, you don't play basketball. That's Jackie Tyson.
Jack taught me everything he knows. So.
Oh, jeez.
I got a Home Alone story.
You do?
I absolutely do.
Whoa.
Sitting at the Queensberry Hotel one night, and the guy that played the uncle,
Oh, yeah. That one there, the bald dude.
the bald guy,
Yeah.
he was in a play at the Charles Wood Theater, and he was ended up at the Queensberry Hotel having dinner. I may have had a cocktail too.
There's never a Sully story like that isn't the thing, is there?
Really? But what was his scene? I can't remember now. What was his scene in the movie?
You little jerk.
Yes, right. That's right.
And he also had the shower scene with the
That's right. I asked him to call me a little. I asked him to call me a little jerk.
Yeah. You were that guy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you go up to Biff from Back to the Future and ask him to call you a butthead?
Wow.
I've never seen Back to the Future.
Who would have ever thought these 2 icons from South Glens Falls would have had Home Alone stories?
Personal Home Alone story.
That is crazy.
How about that?
That is crazy. The 2 of you, unbelievable. Home Alone.
You want the talent, you just go across the bridge. That's what you got. I mean, the 3 of us right here.
Right?
Celeste, Sullivan, and Woodworth. We're opening up our own law firm right after the show. Celeste, Sullivan, and Woodworth.
I'm the first guy to hire us.
For all your second mortgage needs. Remember, see that?
Is that a conflict of interest?
Oh, my God.
I'm not just a lawyer. I'm a client as well.
And by the way, his father, Barney, is upstairs looking down at us going, oh, God bless those guys.
The rest of us? Not you.
Yeah.
This would have been right up his alley.
Oh, my God. Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you used to work for Barney.
Yes, I did.
I mean, I can imagine some of your stories. I mean, other than you having to bench Sully, not because of the hickey, he took away and did that himself.
I had a bench, so I had a job the next day.
That's a real deal, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You had. So what was it like the next day when you went?
I don't remember exactly what happened.
Oh, I do. I can tell you.
He just said to me, he goes, "Get the hell out of the game, would you?"
So I was surprised, Gordon. So when you did the Bulldog Pride Hall of Fame, which I love what you do, and Robbie did it for a long time as well too. What you guys do there, honoring the people from South Glens Falls and Bulldogs, it's just really special. It was a magnificent event.
We're very proud of it. Thank you.
But he didn't get to the whole thing about how he had to learn coaching, and one of his first major decisions in coaching was to have to go bench Sully. I was waiting for that during the induction.
Right.
And
he didn't get it. No.
And it's not like you can say, well, Gordon stole my thunder.
Right.
Gordon stole it. My girls got up there.
First of all, I think he was disappointed that Sully wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction. So
he
there's
wasn't
one
allowed.
thing.
He got cut.
Oh, he got cut. Right. He got cut out of that too. So anyway, but can I tell Barney Sullivan's story?
Sure.
So we're talking about Mike's dear departed dad, who was a dear friend of mine. And when I was young, when I was in high school, I was sick.
Yeah.
I was very sick. I had leukemia. I was very sick. I was getting chemo all through high school, the whole deal. And Barney was the man at that point. He was Toys of Joy, Toy Store. And I got to know Barney because his best friend was Andy Shelley. And you know that. You know Absolutely, Andy Shelley. Sure. And Andy Shelley's sister is Jamie Shelley. And my brother and Jamie Shelley were dating back in high school.
Oh.
So when I was sick, all of a sudden Barney found out about me, came over, and he could not have been nicer. This guy, he rented mopeds. Back then, this is like the late 70s. Mopeds were the big deal, right?
Yeah.
The Pook, P-U-C-H, the Pook mopeds, right?
And
Pook, yeah. So the guy shows up at my family's house on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock with two of these mopeds in the back, drops them off. My mother goes out and goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "These are for your boys. Just have fun. Let me know when you're done with them." And let us drive around and go crazy. I was sicker than a dog. I was so sick at this point. But your father did so much for my family just to give us a little bit of normalcy during a time that was very, very difficult for us. So, and I'm not doing this to blow smoke.
In the microphone.
Yeah, and I'm not doing this to blow smoke. But your dad was a wonderful man and a great friend of mine, and I miss him terribly.
Wow, that's awesome. It doesn't get much better than that.
And I used to. In his last couple of years, we used to meet at OTB up in Queensbury.
Just so you know, he loved those days.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I forgot.
So I went up there one time, and Bogey was there. His friend Bogey, Carol Bogart, who she fell down the stairs, tripped on her cat, and became a paraplegic. But she is the most lovely person, and I hadn't seen her in forever. And it was your mom and your father and Bogey and me. And we would look at the races and we would figure out who to bet, and we'd bet them, and then we'd lose, and then we'd laugh, and then we'd get to the next race, and we just did it. And it was just so fantastic. And the meantime, then people coming in were making fun of everybody that comes in. But your dad was one of a kind. I miss him terribly, and I just wanted to let you know how much he meant to me and my family when I was sick.
Wow. All right. That's awesome. With that, we're going to take our next break. This is Talkin Smack upstairs at the Bullpen, and we'll be back with more after this.
Brought to you by Clean It Out Containers and Junk Removal Service. Do you have a lot of junk or waste to remove from your home? Clean It Out Containers and Junk Removal offers compact and cost-effective dumpsters and other waste removal services, such as appliance removal and estate cleanouts. Based out of South Glens Falls, Clean It Out Containers is a family-owned and operated dumpster rental business that provides convenient roll-off dumpster services. Whether you have a garage full of junk, extra scrap metal to dispose of, or even organic waste like lawn debris and branches, they have you covered. Clean It Out Containers also features highly competitive rates and flexible rental times. You can easily select a service on their website and then pick a date or time that works for you. Call and book via phone. Brought to you by G.A. Bow Fuels. At G.A. Bow Fuels, they take pride in providing timely and reliable oil and propane delivery services. Whether you're located in the Lake George and Glens Falls regions of New York or as far away as the Bennington, Vermont area, we are able to serve you. They encourage you to contact them today and learn more about their propane and oil delivery services, as well as the other work they complete for you. Whether you need a minor furnace repair, complete AC installation, or routine HVAC system maintenance, G.A. Bow's fully trained and certified technicians will help you out. In addition to the heating and cooling work, they also supply premium diesel, gas blends, heating oil, wood pellets, and other fuel delivery options to properties across the entire Northern Capital Region. G.A. Bow Fuels. Give Mike Sullivan a call at 518-337-6599. by your Edward Jones financial advisor serving Glens Falls, Stephen Babson. Get the personal financial advice you need to achieve your goals. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, for children or grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care for the most, Stephen Babson can work together with you to develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. Stephen Babson can also monitor your progress. Give Stephen Babson a call today at Edward Jones in Glens Falls at the corner of Bay and Washington. By Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters. When you choose Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters, you'll always have access to the area's lowest prices. As a family-owned and operated business for over a decade, you'll be treated like our neighbor. That means affordable prices and friendly, knowledgeable service every time. Get in touch today to find out more how they can help you improve your gutters and protect your roof for years to come. When you work with Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters, you'll get a 10-year workmanship warranty on gutters, downspouts, and leak protection. If anything goes wrong with your work, it'll be covered.
We're back. It's
Talkin Smack upstairs, the bullpen. We're here next week on Tuesday night. We'll be back. We'll let you know about upcoming shows coming up later on during our podcast. Of course, you can check us out if you're watching this right now on Facebook Live, whether it's on my Facebook page or the Talkin Smack Facebook page, or our Talkin Smack Productions YouTube channel, which a lot of people catch us back on the replay as well too. So this next thing, I got to go to my people that are more experienced in this. And when
what the hell is it?
What is?
I got no idea either.
Okay, so Paul Skeens, one of the biggest pitchers for Major League Baseball right now, just won Rookie of the Year. Well, this card is available for a 1v1. So there's only one of them made. It's a Paul Skeens debut card. And the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn, offered the Pittsburgh Pirates an opportunity here to basically have a Pirates experience of a lifetime. So anyone that finds this card and decides to hand it in to the Pirates will get everything on screen. But there is some controversy because
Is this guy Willy Wonka or something like that? I mean,
Can I interrupt and ask you the question?
sure, he also won this NL Cy Young of the Year.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So, of all the, is it Tops? That's the
Yeah,
So of also the Tops is putting out a series.
There's one card.
One card.
It's a special card. That's what they do now.
Okay,
Special
so
card.
how
One.
many baseball cards are there?
So the new Topps package has people that made their MLB debut from 2023 until May of 2024.
Which is how many people?
Which is there has to be at least 500 cards in here that have made their MLB debut over the past year.
So
But-
1 out of 500.
Yes.
No, it's many higher than that.
no, yeah.
Much,
So
much
there's
higher than
there's like 1 million cards made, and he's only, and
You're
that
looking
card
for
is
that.
one of a million.
Ooh, okay.
So this is a
So
big deal.
it's a huge deal because the Pirates put out this offer, but
He does
then-
play for the Pirates. Who gives a rat's ass?
but
Why did they decide on this guy?
because he's the NL Rookie of the Year. He also won the NL Cy Young as well.
So Stack, you're the card collector here. Explain.
So what they did is each one of those players has a one-on-one. So they have there's only one of them made, and it's numbered on
Each
there.
one of 2 players.
one of one.
One of one. Each player, they pick players that they have that are one. You have one card of that. It's labeled 1/1.
Okay.
So that's what, and it's a gold foil number and all that stuff.
Who decides?
Well, Tops does. Tops did. They went and they figured out who the top players were going to be, and then they went and did it.
Okay.
So now what's happening is, I wish I had one of them to show you, but the thing is so they've got it all set up.
Bacon you have, but you don't have.
Yeah.
Make sure we're on the same page.
There's other players that have it. But his is the one that everybody wants because he got Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, all that stuff.
Okay, why not the Rookie of the Year for the AL guy? I'm just curious.
They have it.
They have it.
Well, they have other players. They have it.
But each one of these guys has one of their
One.
rookie cards.
One
What am I
card.
missing?
Well, the little point that we're missing, and nobody's fault, but Seth, you did mention her, is Livy Dunn. Livy Dunn is perhaps the most popular college athlete in the history of college athletics.
What does
She's
she
got
play?
like
What does she play?
gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
She's got like 20 million followers on Instagram or some crazy number. It's insane how many people. I mean, and she has now jumped into the fray and said, if anybody gets this card and they want to trade it, I'll bolster this by saying you can hang out with me for a day at spring training or something. And so,
really,
yeah. So this is a big deal. That this card could be worth upwards of $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million. That's what we're talking about. This kid's a special talent. He's very, very good.
I get that.
And we're into an age of now the premium cards, the specialty cards, the one-of-ones, as Hank was talking about. And this card has the potential to be gigantic. I mean, Paul Golden just put up, the guy who caught Shohei Ohtani's 50th home run. Turned out they put it up for auction, and it was like they sold it for like $2.8 million or something like that.
That's crazy.
It's big money.
I mean, I know I sold a set of cards to pay for a year of college back in the 80s.
Come on.
This is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you showing the picture?
I have a question.
Sure, you got a question?
Yeah, how do I get Liv Dunn's baseball card?
Sully, you're way too old.
See, much like I educated Gordon about, showed him the other Instagram model. I just showed the Sully Livy's Instagram, and that's why he's over there.
Oh, okay. I just the whole thing, because anybody that collected cards like yours truly. I know you still collect them.
Yeah, I still collect.
I mean, you go home.
I open up cards.
No, he goes home and he opens up cards. Like you got the Star Wars cards.
Yeah, I do a lot of the non-sports, Star Wars, Disney.
What's the coolest card you have?
That I have
of anything? The coolest card
that I've opened up a pack of.
It's your house right now that you're going to go home and look at. What is?
Oh no, I'm not going to go home and look at it.
I know that's funny.
So I have the James Earl Jones autograph. I have an autograph card from him. He was the guy that was the voice of
Darth Vader.
So what do you mean a card? Like
I have a card at home. It's autographed by James Earl Jones.
It's a Star Wars card.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah, Star Wars.
So
he's the one that did the voiceover for Darth Vader.
Yeah. So you've got that one. What about that Spider-Man one that you?
Well, I got one. Well, I got that out of a pack. So they make autographed Tom Holland cards. So there's 10 of them made. I have number 1 of 10. I don't have like number 8, number 9. I have number 1 of 10. So I got it listed on eBay, selling it.
How many cards total do you have in your collection?
I like how he's like,
I'm sure he really wants to know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I
all sports of all
I
things.
do but I mainly do football.
Right.
I do some baseball because of my grandson, football and stuff like that. But I like non-sport, Star Wars.
Do you still get the piece of shitty gum in the?
No, not anymore. No, they don't do that anymore.
That's a shame. That was awful, wasn't it?
Oh, God. I can see Jack and Tots, going to baseball practice.
It's funny because I have, over the time that I've been collecting, like you go somewhere and somebody's got a garage sale and they got a box of cards out there and you get a box of cards and it's funnier when you stand there and it says Toy for Joy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're stickered. So
Jack probably stickered.
Right. That's probably it.
Probably did.
I can see you.
Oh, yeah.
I can see you sitting there on the apron.
So Jack, do you collect any cards?
You know what? I do a little bit. I have a lot of old cards when I was a kid.
Jets cards.
Yeah. I got a pretty good collection of them, but I'm trying to get into it, trying to get the boys into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But not as much as snack is. I'll tell you what, don't go in a store with snacks. Let me tell you.
I don't think Jack's going to come and go for his baseball cards.
No.
So you went into the store with snacks.
Yeah, we were down in Florida. We were down there for spring training for the softball, and we went into a what kind of store was that?
It was a comic book store.
A candy store too.
Well, the candy.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh my God, it was unbelievable.
We almost walked out with a red Hulk and a green Hulk out of the comic book store.
Yeah.
So how much
you bought some statue there? Some sort of
Dr. Doom.
Yeah, Dr. Doom. Oh yeah, it was unbelievable. We were in there for hours.
That's it. Gordy, you ever collect cards?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of cards. Yeah.
You still do?
I do. Yep. I've got. I collect. I'm more vintage. I collect 70, 71 Topps NBA. They had a series. They had a series of posters that they put in the packs. very hard to find in good condition, but I'm starting to collect those. I've got a lot of Pete Goblack cards back when in the day when Pete's family lived in Wilton, and Pete's brother John is a good friend of mine. He revolutionized pro football, the first soccer-style kicker. I've got some Marty St. Louis stuff. I've got some John LeClaire stuff. I've got some, guy Patrick Sharp, guys from UVM that played that I know, and so I'm still in it a little bit. Yeah.
Was your dad a baseball card collector?
Not really. No, not.
He was a sports guy.
He was a sports guy for sure, but not a big sports card collector. So.
Sully, you?
Yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah. When I was a kid.
When you?
Johnny. You get older and you get they get lost. And
yeah.
I remember they used to have a book that it had like every major league team. There was a sticker book.
Yeah.
And used it right, and you
remember that,
the stickers. You would
You know what I used to get? I used to like those 3D cards that came with the cereal boxes.
Oh yeah.
And then it was like cornflakes. Then it switched over to Raisin Bran. I hated Raisin Bran. I had to have a card,
Yeah.
But,
it's just.
I still got them.
You ever?
I didn't really. I went through like a phase, a couple of summers where a buddy of mine were really into baseball, so we paid a lot of attention to stats and all that. And he ended up with most of the cards, but
remember trade.
Even in the magazines that you look up if you had a certain card and it would tell you what the value was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, the God, yeah. But when I was a kid, kind of like Sully, but
how many good cards are we growing?
Well, see, my deal was back when I was in like 4th and 5th grade, I said, you know what? I'm going to collect cards. So I did a lot of baseball cards, and I got the Tops. And Tops put out this one year, I think it was 75. They put out the regular size cards, and then what they also did was they put out the same exact card. It was a mini card.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to collect both sets. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the whole set and put it away of each one. And then I'll have the rest of them that I'll go and I'll mess around with and I'll trade with the guys. And that's what I used to pay for college. I used a 1975 big set and small set. And I had a professor at Castleton who paid me some serious dough that paid for my college education my second year at ACC.
Who remembers the name of the card company that was a competitor of Tops?
Flair.
John Ross.
Yeah.
OBG was the hockey guy.
Yeah, that was the hockey.
I just remember Flair.
My valuable cards are, I have been, and I don't know if you were there or not, 1993 when the New York Rangers trained at the Municipal Civic Center training camp. So I am not an autograph guy. It's never been my thing. But for some reason, I got a wild hair. And I said, you know what? Anybody that's on the New York Rangers here in training camp, I've got their card, and I'm going to get it signed. And I have a complete, anybody who was in training camp that year, I have their card signed. The hardest one that I had to get was Brian Leach.
Well, that would have been
Sergei Nemchinov was nothing. The Russian, who I thought was going to be the difficult one, Sergei Nemchinov.
Well, that was your Stanley Cup year.
Yes, it was.
Right? So USF.
I'm sitting on something. I still do. And none of my grandkids are in the cards.
You got Messier, you got.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
And I got pictures of me.
You know what? It's not about getting the autograph. It's about the story that you can tell of getting the autograph. Like if you can go get an autograph, like you can buy them out of you buy a pack of cards and you can get somebody's autograph. But it's getting the autograph from that person, one-on-one or in person.
Oh, the little 5-second or 10-second exchange you have with the guy.
We'll get into something else a little bit later, but that's what I'm saying. It's like like people sit there, Jimmer Fredette, Joey, and Hacksaw Jim Duck. These are guys that we see on a daily basis. Dave LaPointe, Dave Palmer, all those guys. We see those guys here.
I signed my autograph once.
You did?
Well, I was Cooper the Dragon. It wasn't really me.
I thought I was going to say the Joybird.
I actually have a mascot resume.
Yeah.
I've been the Joybird. I've been Cooper the Dragon.
Yep.
I've been Gunner.
Yeah.
And I've been Funner.
Funner. Funner's my favorite out of all. I gotta be honest.
Hey, they're looking for a mascot for that store that Seth had on there.
Well, let me ask you a question. Sully, were you ever scorched?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. I was there for the unveiling of Scorch. It was behind the building that is now owned by Christian Weber and his wife, the old building down at the bottom of the hill, and it was behind there. and they had this whole thing mapped out, and it was completely ingloriously embarrassing.
Well, nobody
It was
did that.
so
So what did they ever do with that? Did they just cremate it?
Yeah, they did.
I think that's probably sitting there,
That's high five self-worthy.
in a locker or a storage unit somewhere in Calgary.
Somewhere, but no, they backed away from that pretty quickly.
Oh.
So.
We did a super chat on that. Somebody sent us a super chat to talk about the scorch
Right.
incident, because when we did our dummy test, it was a the anniversary of Scorch getting burned, and somebody sent an anonymous tip and said that the Calgary Flames have that mascot.
They wouldn't. They have the costume.
The costume, yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
What a
Yeah.
what?
And you were there.
I was there.
Well, you were there when Alan took a shitter on the ice for Dash as well.
That's the
Oh,
best
right.
way.
I do remember that.
Their dog.
They tried to. The
Oh.
Adirondack Flames tried to.
Brought the dog out.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, it was blood.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
You know what the thing
Yeah.
about Scorch was
You were
is
probably on too much scotch. You
The-
don't
It was at the end of the game when they brought.
I've
it
only
was.
met Scotch like the last couple of years.
That's
This is a new relationship.
Yeah, but Scorch was a horrible mascot to begin with. I mean, the costume itself.
It was.
How is that mascot supposed to walk around the
You know,
arena and
the
all
thing
that?
about this is, as bad as that mascot was, that wasn't the worst mascot in Adirondack hockey history. Do you guys have any idea who I'm going to talk about?
The snowflake or whatever.
Flex.
Oh!
The fans brought that.
Forgot about that.
No, Flex was like, it was supposed to be this big, powerful, muscular dude, and it was. Can I say midget?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a short
Taller
person.
stature.
It was a very short person
Jeff Mead.
that was going. No, Jeff Mead's taller than Flex.
Yeah, and Jeff was actually probably a little bit more built than Flex
And
was. Yeah.
that was the worst mascot ever in Adirondack.
I remember that.
Of all the sports teams you've covered,
Yep.
tell me who was the best mascot. Give me your best mascot story.
Oh gosh. Boy. I would have to say, just because I was there with Scorch was I mean, they sent out a press release and they had a little press event, and it was just me, and that was it. And so
If I recall, back in high school, weren't you the Bulldog? And that Bulldog has to be.
I may have been.
I think you were.
I may have been.
Bulldog.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you did.
Yeah, I was. But the highlight of my interscholastic career at South High was I was You're a Good Man. I was Charlie Brown and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown in 5th grade at Tanglewood Elementary School. And the reason I got the job was they did the tryouts, and one,
You and Mr. Corbin.
Mr. Corbin,
Right.
One, I would never shut up, and two, I had this ginormous head that made it obvious that I was the only one that would ever be Charlie Brown in that. So that's what I do recall about that.
in that play?
What's that?
Was coaching that?
No,
play?
he was not. No.
He was too busy going down the road eating ice cream while everybody else was
That's
running.
right. There you go.
So you told that story at his
I
induction.
did.
And that, Jack.
That truly happened. I wasn't
Yeah, it
there, but I know people that were there.
So
and-
Jack, what happened? I mean,
There was more. It was more than me.
all right. So
It was okay. Well, tell.
Oh yeah, there
Tell.
was.
Who
Yeah,
else?
so it was Keith and Kevin.
Kevin,
and
there was a couple. There was like 4 or 5 of us.
So what happened? Tell us. Start from the running, the jogging, or as some people the yogging that you guys were
Well,
supposed to be
before
doing.
practice, we had to go take a lap from the senior high school down Merritt Road, out on Peter Dam Road, and go down. I don't know, maybe down where Carriage Traders is now.
Yep.
And then come back the same way we went down. So halfway down, there was a little store called Batiste Grocery Store. So we just, you know what? We just decided that we were gonna stop and get some ice cream.
What? You stopped and got ice cream.
Then
as
got
you-
ice cream, and then when the guys came back,
The rest of the team went running down to the end of the road.
Rest of the team went down the road.
They come running back, and there's Jack and Keith Weibel and Kevin Weibel and God knows who else sitting on the stoop eating ice cream. They see him coming. They dump the ice cream. They get in they jump in front of the line, pull in first. Coaches all praising them.
yeah.
What great
Oh, yeah.
senior leaders
Started
they
the
are.
Oh yeah. Hey, started. We all had great years.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
phenomenal.
Oh, for eating ice cream.
But basically, the reason why we did it was just to piss off a couple guys.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
'cause
so
we-
there was a purpose for you
Oh,
stopping
yeah.
eating ice cream. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
didn't stop.
You were trying to get
ice
under
cream.
somebody's
Yeah.
paw.
It was basically
So
one
you've
person.
been vindictive your whole career.
Pretty
Like,
much,
you're
yeah,
playing,
yeah.
coaching,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It's like that porch
Crushing
mechanic
dream.
So,
Remember that?
and your
Yeah.
daughters have turned out so well despite
Yeah.
your actions.
Yeah, I could have sat there with you because I wasn't playing.
So do you remember what kind of ice cream it was?
Yes, I do. I think we talked about it. It was that Neapolitan.
I was gonna
on
say
that
it was a
waffle
Neapolitan.
cone.
Yep.
It was like not a cone, but it was like a
Yep.
Oh, the
sandwich.
waffle. We did that.
You
Yeah,
got
those
you
were
got the
good.
chocolate, you got the strawberry, you got the vanilla.
Yeah. It was,
So did you eat it all, or did you
I
do
think
like?
I know we might have been running, sitting there, getting eating it while we were running.
So did any of the other kids that are with you that they're saying
Nobody
oh,
said nothing because
because you were that powerful and all
Well,
mighty?
he was the captain of the team.
Well,
so.
Oh,
they were-
Christ.
the main guys that
He's
did
one of
it
those guys.
was the nucleus of the team. I guess you want to put it.
The
that way.
nucleus.
Yeah.
I
We
thought
did-
they
we-
were
We're the glue
Like
that
I
kept
said-
this shit together.
Well, I don't know.
Or
I got some more stories. But, oh my god! But
Wow.
basically, we just pissed off one of these other guys because
You just did it for.
Who was the guy?
Yeah.
Who did you want to piss off? Who
Is
was
there a
it?
statute of
Come
I don't
on,
want- I don't want to say
name
the
the name.
name.
Name the name.
Huh?
Who is it?
Come on.
he's
Who is it?
Come on,
I can't say
You
his
can
name.
fucking
He's
say the
listening.
podcast.
He's
Who
listening.
cares?
Gordy.
Is it Gordo?
Gordy,
No,
make
it
us say it.
Who was
Come
it?
on, who was it?
No, he's actually a friend
You
of mine.
can say it.
Who was that? Was actually Tommy Carpenter.
Tommy
Tommy
Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
Carpenter.
Tommy was playing third base, and he was making a lot of
I
mistakes.
was gonna say, is there a statute of
Yeah, he
limitations?
made a lot of mistakes. He finally-
Tommy Carpenter of the Carpenter family went on to become a
Yeah,
great
he's
football
actually-
coach
yeah.
at Ravenna, Queen Selkirk. I used to see him at his brother's memorial golf tournament every year.
Yeah.
And I'd say, we had a running joke. I'd say, how's the team? He'd say, we're small, but we're slow. And that's what I'd say.
He's a great guy.
So I'm going to give you some advice. All right. So now, after all these years, what you need to do is go out and find one of those Neapolitan ice creams.
Oh, I wish.
Bring it over to Tommy and just give it to Tommy. All right? Just give him that ice cream that you just wanted to shove right up his ass. All right. I mean,
But you had to hear our coach, though. I mean, he came back. He's like,
Who
"You
was
guys
the
look
coach?
great."
Bill Goff.
Yeah.
and he thought the sun rose and shine on
Well,
your
we were
poopah.
doing great. Oh, yeah.
And you were busy eating ice cream to
Eating
piss
ice
off
cream.
Tommy Carpenter.
You know, and I said at the Hall of Fame induction, I said, you hear a story about somebody that you know pretty well, and you hear a story and you go, there's no way that happened.
Yeah.
I heard that story about Jack. I was like, oh, that absolutely happened.
I don't know why I'm taking the big
absolutely
hit on this. I mean, I don't think it was. I don't think it was my idea to do it. But I just
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
like, you're talking ice cream, and
Weren't you the captain?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I
So
don't know
with
if it
that,
was that year. I don't know if it was.
That was
Yeah.
your senior year.
yeah,
You
it's
were
your senior year. You were the captain. Don't
Okay.
Jackie Tots.
Hey.
Leading by example.
Yeah,
Atta
eating
boy.
ice cream, Neapolitan style.
Hey.
He comes back and he's got a mustache with 3 colors running around.
And
Must have
the
worked.
guy went on to be a winning coach.
Who? Jack?
No, Tom.
Okay. We'll take a break. Back with more Talkin Smack after this.
By High Society in Hudson Falls, located at 345 Main Street in Hudson Falls. This dispensary offers cannabis enthusiasts a chance to indulge in the brand's premium products, including the highly sought-after Bubble Hash and Frosted Hash Ball. With an emphasis on quality and potency, Silly Nice continues to set standards for cannabis products that elevate the user's experience. For use only for adults 21 and over, keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the Poison Center. Consume responsibly. By Allen B. Powers CPA. The Allen B. Powers firm is one of the leading firms in the area. By combining our expertise and experience and the energy of our staff, each client receives close personal and professional attention. Their high standards, service, and specialized staff spell the difference between outstanding performance and the other firms. We make sure that every client is served by the expertise of the whole firm. Allen B. Powers firm is responsive. Companies who choose the firm rely on competent advice and fast, accurate personnel. They provide total financial services to individuals, large and small businesses, and other agencies too. Their high service quality and raving fan clients are the result of commitment to excellence. Allen B. Powers will answer all of your questions as they impact both your tax and financial situations. The Allen B. Powers Agency welcomes you to contact them anytime. And by Jim's Glass Service, 6 2nd Street in Queensbury. Jim's Glass Service, hey, Thanks for the break. Jim's Glass Service offers the best service for all your commercial and residential glass and window needs. A division of Fish's Majestic Enterprises. Jim's Glass Service is a trusted glass company located in Queensbury, specializing in both commercial and residential glass services. With their team of skilled professionals, they provide top-notch glass installations and repairs, ensuring customer satisfaction and quality craftsmanship. Jim's Glass Service. Hey, thanks for the break. Brought to you by Old School Pest Control at oldschoolpestcontrol.com. John Herbley, the owner of Old School Pest Control, has over 20 years of experience in pest control, providing top-level pest control and putting your needs first. Do you have a pest problem? Old School Pest Control can handle any of your pest issues, walking you through the process to help you understand why Old School Pest Control does what they do. Old School Pest Control provides home and commercial pest control services. Whatever your pest problem is, whether it's big or small, Old School Pest Control has the knowledge to get your pest problems taken care of efficiently and in a timely manner. Give John Herbley a call now for your pest control problems at 518-724-6440 or online at oldschoolpest.com. Brought to you by Looney Tunes Entertainment. With over 39 years in the business, Looney Tunes is everywhere and anywhere. 2 DJs at all locations for your wedding day or special occasion needs. You can count on Looney Tunes on being more than just a DJ. He's an entertainer. When you need the best for your event, get the best. Looney Tunes Entertainment. With over 1,100 weddings under Looney Tunes' belt, you're guaranteed for a more memorable experience. Make your event the event that you've always wanted and make it special with Looney Tunes. Give John Gilheiser a call today at 518-232-1303. Entertainers extraordinaire. It's Looney Tunes Entertainment.
Hey, guys, shout out to my buddy Looney Tunes. I wanted to join him. We wanted to join him last Wednesday night. He had his final trivia night at Uno's last week, and time-wise, it didn't work out for my wife or I to be there. But I'll tell you what, you need something done, and you got an event that's coming up, and you want Looney does a great job. If it's your first marriage, your second marriage, your third or fourth, whatever the hell it is, Looney will make it special. I mean,
I was at the park. He did the newlywed game.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Really,
it was really good. Yeah, it was.
That's yeah.
They may have not been John Stewart.
Mark, did I mention it? All right, so you mentioned the newlywed game.
I was hoping you were going to.
So I haven't talked to you about this. So coming up, no. All right, so coming up, a very special edition of Talking Smack on December the 30th. It's a Monday night. We are going to be playing a game that night. We're going to be playing the Family Feud. We're going to be playing Family Feud. Seth has gone out of his way. Mr. Producer's been hustling his butt off. We've got all the sound effects. We got everything. We've got a host for the night. Our host is going to be Billy Floyd. He's going to be our Steve Harvey. So there'll be teams of 5. Six.
So teams of 6. They will be in a randomizer. We got to just confirm our.
We can't pick teams.
No, they are getting randomized.
We
are going to be doing an exclusive Facebook Live, YouTube, and on our Talkin Smack Productions page, courtesy of G&S Printing. So we'll take care of that. Also, wanted to let you know, with them being random, there is one female, and the rest of them are males. So just keep that in mind. We are not revealing until the spinner goes around and the teams are there. But there are 11 males and 1 female. And to top it off here for you, so I've done a little blocking. I've been a bad boy. So I have decided to ask the Talking Smack audience. I have blocked every single one of you from our Facebook page on this post. I've also blocked your significant others as well. We asked the top 100 people, and we pulled a bunch of questions. We're doing 2 rounds of the single points, 1 round of double and triple points, and the winners will get to do fast money.
And who gets to decide who's doing fast money, or is that going to be?
That'll be the captains of the said teams.
And why did you block us?
So that way,
there we don't have the answers. So we don't know the questions ahead of time. That's what he mean blocked us.
But we don't even. We don't know the questions.
So we won't know the questions. So that's coming up on December the 30th. Next week here on Talkin Smack, we have a very special Talking Smack because we've got 2 guests coming up. First one is a buddy of ours, Some know him as the crazy Canadian tambourines from the world's greatest rock band, Chupacabra. It's our buddy, Steve. Now, Steve is a former NCAA referee, linesman in the American Hockey League, the ECHL, and all that, and just an all-around good guy. I mean, I can't wait.
Great guy.
I love Steve, and it's going to be so cool having him here. Former professional hockey player as well, too, but having Steve on the show with us, it is going to be a blast next week.
And he's Canadian, eh?
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very, very, very
He's French-Canadian, eh?
French.
That's why he's got the first name of
And he's got 3 E's in his first name, not all together.
Yes, that's correct. You want something? You say something?
No, I'm ready to announce our next guest.
And then this is most of the guys don't even know this is happening next week.
What do we got?
Which is pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Because our next guest just
You want
was
some help with
announced.
the microphone?
Was just announced yesterday. He has made the 30-man roster, 40-man roster for the Detroit Tigers. It's Mr. Tyler Madison.
Yeah, baby.
So before he gets off to the Motor City of Detroit, Tyler's going to be joining us next week on the show as well too.
Where do you go to high school?
48. Yep, a local boy, and
He's excited.
so you were talking.
Yeah, so I saw the post that he made the 40-man roster. I sent him a thing congratulating him on making the roster and being able to play. Because I told him, I talked to him last year. He comes down and works out at Cheeks. He comes down there and throws, pretty much. I don't take anything. I've never wanted anything from him. Just go down. So anyway, he showed up, and I said, "We want to be on the show." And he's like, "Yeah, let me know. I'll let you know." And he let me know like half an hour later.
Yeah.
And Seth had already started going work on everything.
No shit.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that our producer's not. Yeah. To make sure that he's excited about being here.
Cool.
Yeah. So he'll be joining us next.
How old of a
Tuesday
guy is
night.
Tyler Madison?
24, 25.
24.
He's a great kid. I mean, you'll find out when you get to meet
I used to play ball against his dad.
His dad was a bear.
He was a stud.
Oh, he used to play.
Kevin?
He played for Rich McCabe back when Richie was still coaching basketball and soccer.
Yeah.
And Kevin Madison was about 6'2". He had hands the size of a gorilla, and he was a man. No one could stop him. He was a man among boys.
I sit there today, standing next to him, and I'm still going, God, thank God we never got to talk him into playing football.
Yeah.
Is this kid a big kid?
Tyler.
Yeah.
And he's
Are
a
you
great-
guys ready for the next announcement?
Yes.
We have another announcement.
We have 2 more announcements.
Oh boy.
All right. So next week, Tyler Madison and Steve LeMay, and that's Tuesday night here at the Bullpen.
Okay.
Seth staying on point tonight.
Oh, my man, my car wash partner. Our car wash partner. Our wash partner.
Suckers.
I don't have staples in my head.
Number.
I didn't get staples in the car wash.
I never
one
thought of it.
time
That might be
being
what's
on
causing it. It might be
Team
the
Pete.
Staples.
Oh,
Might
you
be.
think that's what it is?
Yeah.
I'm causing the interference.
Yeah.
That's my word.
So on the 5th, that's Thursday the 5th. I know it's a little bit strange, but there were a lot of things that moving parts between Thunder games and events here.
Oh, look, he's beating up that old man.
Yeah, that's right. He'll be with us on Thursday the 5th. That Zach Walker's going to be here. And if you've ever sat down with Zach is truly one of those guys that you talk to and you go, holy shit, this guy is sharp. He's on his A game. I love having Zach. I love talking to him. I love hanging out with him. He stops in and sees us at the radio station, and it's always cool. He's a great guy, and he was looking forward to being on the show. That's coming up on Thursday the 5th.
Are you guys ready for another guest?
Yes.
All righty. Your other guest coming to Talking Smack.
Former college basketball player.
A big drum roll. If this will load. We'll see.
Very. Bam. Come on. Is this going to take long? Gordy's got to get to sleep. Gordy's not the only one. Our buddy Chuck Quintal from Oscar Smokehouse, former college basketball player.
What? Well, he's a big.
He is.
Big dude. What college?
Over in Rutland, I believe. He was at St. Joe's.
Yeah, he was a pretty formidable high school athlete.
Yeah, he's a burger. He was Chuck is a burger from Warrensburg.
Burger.
Not the food side.
Gordy's got the floor.
The news editor and me just would like to point out that Quintal is spelled wrong in the flyer.
Yep.
And so we need to.
That's not Quintal.
Yeah,
it's Quintal.
Why do we call the
It's like a laugh. We got plenty of time to fix it.
A burger, Sully, is a person that lives in an enclosed, walled-in town.
Like Meister Burger.
It's a German thing.
No?
Yeah.
That is what technically a
Farfig
burger
nougats.
is.
Hey,
I knew that. Okay.
Meister Burger Meister.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
No.
No. But Jock is going to be joining us on the show. And I'll tell you what, Jock was a supporter of what we do with Talkin Smack right off the bat. When we told him what was going on, he says, sign me up. I want to be part of it. I want Oscars to be part of it. And Jock is one of those guys. That is going to be a wicked cool night.
Is he bringing treats?
Yeah.
Wow,
you sound worse than snacks.
And where's the Girl Scout cookie person?
No, Jennifer's not here tonight.
I know.
She had Girl Scouts.
I know.
This is what I've got, Gordy. All right.
So now I know why you only do it once a week.
So in case you're wondering, I did text Jacques, and he goes, I sent him the graphic. He said, looks great. So there's that on the misprint. And then he goes, anything you would like me to bring? And I said, whatever you would like. He goes, I'll show up with some stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think John comes anywhere near anybody at this table without treats. You know, like in his back pocket.
All
It's
right.
almost like we're dogs.
You want to I mean, it's a destination in the North. No. You finally got into the mustard, Sully.
Did you ever see the old Letterman when Rachel Ray would be on Letterman and she'd go on and all she'd talk about was Oscar Smokehouse?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Letterman would be like, what are you talking about? And she'd go, he said, what do you get your friends for Christmas? And she said, I get all my friends stuff from Oscar Smokehouse. And he's like, what the hell is Oscar Smokehouse? And then the sales went.
Yeah.
So while we're on the Jacques conversation, so for those that don't know, behind the scenes, I ask our guests to send us pictures to be posted on their poster.
Yeah.
Well, he sent me about 11 of them, and I just have to share this one.
That is flattering. Those poor dogs.
He's in the danger zone.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. You know, dogs fart in their sleep. They do all the time. I mean,
I think I'd be more worried about for the dogs if he farted. With all that, that's a lot of bacon.
That maple bacon will get you.
You eat too many of those beef sticks.
I'll tell you
I'll
what.
try getting into that 7-year aged cheddar. Trust me on that. The kind of cheese when you eat it, it makes you get a little sheen on your forehead. It makes you sweat. It's so good. The 7-year aged cheddar.
It never makes it into me.
You're not supposed to make love to it.
I'm not saying.
Left it out there.
I have never sweated about cheese at all for anything. I just want to say that for the record. I have never sweated about cheese. I don't care if it was Gouda. I don't care if it was freaking aged cheddar. I've never done it before. All right.
I'm breaking out the cheese sweats, Gordy. Breaking out the cheese sweats.
I was gonna say exactly. You've heard about the meat sweats. This is just and I'm not saying like it poor.
Maybe it's a word.
It's it's so sharp.
You sure it wasn't blood?
I will admit I am still a little concussed. So
Oh my
but
goodness.
the sweat notwithstanding on me
That's
anything from Oscars is
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
I'm just wondering if that cheese is actually in the bag in my refrigerator still.
I doubt it.
Well, I don't know. I know there's cheese in there.
You still have cheese left.
There's still something in there. It's in the bag. It's in
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna go back and look now.
Go get it if you've got it, man.
Hold on a second,
You will
Gordy.
enjoy
I just want to let you know. So we got props for the show from Oscars.
Yeah.
So Snacks and I, we went to Oscars and we got a bag of props.
Yeah.
Okay, so all sorts of stuff. And mysteriously, it fell on the ground. I don't know what happened.
First of all, out of the people on this table,
See, what had happened was
who would you not give the props to take home?
On all the people at this table, who would I not trust
With food.
with the props? You and Dan and Sully.
Wait a minute.
Super Jazz.
Daniel Fitzgibbon says, good evening, gentlemen. Any chance you guys will take Talking Smack on the road?
We've thought about that. There is a possibility we could do that.
Depends on where the road takes us.
and will there, for Sully especially and myself, will there be a bar?
Yeah. There's some stipulations. Fitzy will send you a rider. Yes.
What? Right from Fitzy's house?
That's right.
He's got the beer wagon out the back.
Yeah. No Fitzy, there's gonna be a bar.
Yeah. No, we're not going to take Talkin Smack to the Fitzgibbon family pig roast. It will not happen. I'm telling you that right now. You know why you're related to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Wouldn't it?
It's not like the
Don't
food
schedule
truck
a
will be
football
there.
game that day.
Huh?
Don't schedule a football
Don't
game.
schedule a football
Second
game.
Saturday in August.
He knows the date.
So
Second
Fitzy, get
Saturday
all
in
the
August.
snacks.
Oh, well, your food truck will be running that day.
No.
Well, now wait a minute, Mike.
Coach,
You've been on a streak. I'll give you. I take that back.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah. You should see these two go back and forth, Gordy. So what happens is on Friday mornings at the ranch,
Hey,
okay?
bring him a milk.
So you've got
You've
Coach
been
Fitzgibbon
going
with the food
above and
truck,
beyond.
and he brings in all sorts of,
Right.
and everything. So there were a couple weeks. How many weeks in a row was that, Steve, that he didn't come in with the food truck? 3. All right. So then Sully, who got attacked by a gorilla the night before, desperately in need of one of Coach's breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
And
perfect hangover.
there's no,
Nothing.
yes. Then Sully starts getting angry and gets, so it's, and you're sitting between the two of them.
I know.
You made me more breakfast sandwiches than you let me play innings.
One sandwich.
And I heard Jack is coming up with a new breakfast sandwich, the Neapolitan breakfast sandwich. That would be in honor of Sully right there.
Oh my God. Tommy Carpenter's not getting one of those.
No. Tommy Carpenter's not getting one of those. They may be small, but they're slow.
Yeah. Gordy, I got to thank you for being here with
Thank
us.
you so much.
Yeah,
It's been
buddy.
great. Oh, I had a great time.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
so
here. I
much.
really do
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And great to have a good old buddy
Thank
of
you.
all of ours to be on the show with us
Great
tonight.
time. Thank you.
And Coach, it's good seeing you.
Yeah. Good being out.
We'll see you in another month or two.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Really?
Okay, can I throw out an audible here?
Sure.
This is something I just want to get a quick opinion on. Oh God, the
You might wait, hold on.
the
You got-
fear in Seth's face right now.
All right, go ahead. Turn the camera.
Okay.
No,
No,
Mr. Producer. No. We're just, listen.
Wow, I wasn't gonna bring up.
Oh,
It was gonna be something complete. This literally just got announced earlier today.
I know what you're going to talk about.
Okay, you
I thought it
probably
was
do.
going to be
And it's bullshit.
It's absolute utter
Bullshit.
bullshit. Okay, it was announced earlier today that that all Live Nation venues will not be allowing lawn chairs, outside lawn chairs.
That's
If you're gonna
bad.
sit
Can't bring
on
this
the
back
lawn,
anymore.
you can't bring in your own lawn chairs. What is
$15 you're going to charge
Dude,
to rent a
I
chair.
thought this was supposed to be a podcast that's
Rent a
timely. and
chair?
all. You have to rent $15.
Yes.
No, we can't bring chairs or
Bring
something.
in your own stuff. You have to now rent a chair.
You have to rent a chair.
This was
Yeah.
something they just
If
announced.
you want a chair,
If
you
you
don't
want-
have to rent.
Well, you don't
You're not bringing in a chair, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, but you're
I don't have that problem. I sit inside.
Oh,
excuse me.
Wow.
Oh, dude.
On your time, on Daddy's time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was going to make that joke, but I didn't want to be
No,
that
but
guy.
I hope.
I did not want to be
Yeah.
that guy.
So now
Now, if it's a SPAC event, the jazz festival,
Right, correct.
shit you're not going to anyway.
Right. No, this isn't necessarily a SPAC thing. It's a Live Nation
Live
thing.
Nation.
That if you want a lawn chair, you can't bring your own in anymore.
And not
you
just
have
it-
to rent one of theirs. You can't. You could still sit on the lawn, but you can't
Sit in a chair unless you
can't
give them
bring in a chair.
$15. And it's not just SPAC. It's any
Any Live
outfit
Nation
that has that
venue.
type
Really?
of Jones Beach. I would
Yeah.
imagine would be like that,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
right?
Well, I mean, it's
What kind of chair they're going to give me? I mean,
Well, it doesn't cost you enough to go to a stupid concert
Right.
anyway.
Well, I mean, especially
What are you
you think about the season ticket, holders. A lot of folks I knew. I mean, one of our sponsors, Old School,
Yeah,
Johnny and Lisa. I ran into at a concert earlier, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got season passes and all that." They'd spend a couple few $100s on that, and then they'd be able to bring in their own chairs. And now they're going to have to throw in an extra $15 per event, or
Yeah,
what
a
they'll
family of
probably do-
four.
or what they'll probably do is they'll make that part of the the subscription or whatever. You can do it for the season or whatever. But can you talk about a money grab? I mean,
Well, and now imagine on top of that, now you go to a SPAC show, you go in, you got lawn seats, and you want to get there quick, you run a little behind. Now you got to stand in a line.
Yeah, to get
right?
your
Sure,
chair.
it's not gonna be quick. So you got to stand in line.
I guess my question would be, what caused I know it's a money grab.
It's a money grab. It's
Live Nation's a little broke this year.
So
I was reading more up on this, courtesy of News Channel 13, and basically they say that it's to cut down on security not doing their job, letting people bring in their food, maybe some drugs that are in somebody's pants, XYZ.
So where was you're gonna put a chair in your pants?
That's ridiculous.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And who's drugs in a chair?
Gordon?
Oh yeah, you never.
I have never smuggled drugs in a chair. I can say that.
So what did you smuggle them in?
Honest to God.
He didn't have to.
That's right. But remember when back in the day when I was in high school, you could go down to a concert for $5 get a lawn ticket and see the Who, see Bruce Springsteen, see
Bring your own food in.
Huh?
Bring your own food
bring
in.
your own food in, the whole thing.
Yeah,
now they got the corporate suites where you can you get your own bathroom and the whole thing is
Really?
oh yeah, it's like
I don't.
thing.
The last time I was at SPAC, I was with you and Lisa. We went to see Kiss, and that was the one that RJ fell down on.
That's right, he
You
did.
remember that? Because the people he was going to get his tickets from screwed him.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that? Oh, that was so freaking bad.
He was fucking
Oh, bad. He still is.
The last concert I went to at SPAC was in the 80s, and it was Journey. And I sat in a tree. I literally climbed up in the tree.
How did you get up in the tree?
I was a lot skinnier.
A little more nimble back in
Poor
the day.
tree.
That's a strong Saratoga wood right there.
So I got a
That
SPAC
was in
story
the
for you.
Avenue of the Pines.
it gets Avenue of the Pint a whole nother meeting.
So before we wrap up, I know that they're listening, so I'll give you a SPAC story before we say goodnight. So Allie and I had just started dating.
You're not Facebook official.
We're not Facebook official, but
So hold on, guys.
Wait a minute.
How long you been with Ellie now?
Not
almost
Facebook
3 years.
official with
3
that.
years, and he's still not official.
He's still single on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's an outrage. It's an outrage.
Hold on.
It's an outrage.
But there's pictures of us
No,
on
no, no, no,
social
no, no, no,
media.
no, no.
I don't need to have in a relationship with my girlfriend on Facebook to
Yes,
get
you do.
what likes and comments.
Yes,
What
you
the
do.
freaking shit?
Yes, you
No,
do.
I agree with Gordon.
Yeah.
Gordon's a relationship expert. He knows these things.
That's right.
Well, anyway, I'll give you a SPAC story before we go. So I just started dating Allie, and
How many years ago?
almost 3 years.
Okay.
So we go to see Sting at SPAC, and her mom was so excited to buy these SPAC tickets. So she goes and buys the SPAC tickets on a third-party website, mind you.
Ooh.
So she goes to scan them in.
red flag.
She's got three tickets, scans them, and the lady goes, "They're not working." I go, "What do you mean they're not working?" She goes, "They're not scanning." And I go to Allie's like, "Well, Mom, what'd you do?" She's all panicky. I go, "Let me see the phone." She spent $755. They weren't even on sale yet. She was so excited. They were scalp tickets for a SPAC early entry. They weren't even actual tickets. So then she gets all pissed off. So she storms the
Your
box.
future mother-in-law?
She's
She's still on Facebook official with her
So
daughter.
she storms the box office, and then they go, "Ma'am, this is your own problem." So then she had to buy inside seats again, and she was out, I think, almost $1,000, and I should have ran then.
Yeah.
Oh, that was harsh.
Dude.
Wow. All in favor of getting set the box down.
Hey, I just gotta say that was a long time to wait for that punchline right there. Tighten up the stories a little bit, Seth. Come on now, buddy.
Trust me. As his
Even
radio,
longer is his induction speech.
trust me, as his radio
Yeah,
boss
it was
is-
shorter than Jack Celeste induction speech at the Hall of Fame. It was shorter than that, but not by much.
How much? They could go either
Did I get a
way.
mention? Did I get a mention that night? Or not that I wasn't there, but did I get another mention?
I don't know.
No?
No, I got to mention. Lisa got to mention.
No, when he
Snatch
That got
got
mentioned.
when he started going through the family history in the 1600s, I thought that was a little much. But,
Hey, Jack, do you remember the year you coached the All-Star team?
Oh, yeah.
And my father, well, me too.
Yeah.
Then we
I got a picture on my phone.
We would go watch video at the Sting.
Video?
Right?
That's a
So,
what?
at the show-
At the Sting.
Remember Tommy Daniel's
Yeah.
bar
Oh, yeah.
penalty box?
Yeah.
I
saw a lot of video there.
I used to watch other videos there, Sully. I didn't watch any hitting videos
When
there.
I was in
Lot of
Jack
video.
Celeste pad, we would go watch videos of the game in the penalty box.
Oh yeah.
That a boy.
And they make fun of us Washington County guys.
Oh,
don't they?
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
forever.
yeah, that's how.
Tom D'Angelo just passed away. Too.
Yes, he did.
Right? Did
When?
Tom just die?
When did that?
Like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Because Timmy was at my house yesterday.
Timmy had
Did
something
mention
on
it?
Facebook.
You know what? I didn't. We were shooting the breeze for a good 25 minutes. I
Yeah,
never
Tommy
even-
passed a couple weeks ago.
I didn't know that.
But Coach of the Year used to bring us to the penalty box to watch fit game film.
Well,
Well, there's other film there we could watch.
well, with that, I want to say thanks to our special guest, Gordon Woodworth. Gordon, thank you, brother. Next week on the show, doubleheader. We have Steve Lovey. And we also have Tyler Madison.
That's nice.
And that is going to be so cool before he takes off, as he's made the 40-man roster for the Detroit Tigers. On behalf of the whole crew, this is Dan Meyer saying thank you. We'll see you Tuesday night here at the Bullpen with Talkin Smack.
Talkin Smack is brought to you by the Bullpen in Suite 216 on Glen Street in downtown Glens Falls. The Adventure Family Fun Center on Route 9 Lake George. Oscar's Smokehouse on Raymond Lane in Warrensburg. Clean It Out Containers and Junk Removal South Glens Falls. GA Bow Fuels. Give Mike Sullivan a call at 518-337-6599. The Edward Jones office of Stephen Babson at the corner of Bay and Washington in Glens Falls. By Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters. High Society, 345 Main Street, Hudson Falls. By Allen B. Powers, CPA, Bay Street, Glens Falls. And by Jim's Glass Service, 6 2nd Street in Queensbury. Old School Pest Control at oldschoolpestcontrol.com. G&S Printing. G&S Printing, 518-232-2465. Looney Tunes Entertainment. Give John a call at 518-232-1303 and make your special event the most memorable it can be.